Good morning, everyone. Before we get into this morning's update, I'd like to go over what's transpiring right now. I'll be home this afternoon, so I'm leaving right after this update to go back home. So you are seeing this on my phone, but after this, we'll be back to normal scheduled programming and on my tablet. Tonight around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I hope you join me in the live. I'm very excited to do live. Haven't done one since Sunday. And I'm very excited to do the traditional updates and get back to my tablet so that I can have a more expansive screen here so that you don't have to watch it on my phone. But with that being said, I'm going to do a good 10 to 12 minutes here before I leave because I'm going to go home right after I get done recording this. And then should be home around about noon today. So I'm very excited to go back home. And but we have some news to talk about in this update. As we can see, XRP is up 2.6%. And it came up near the 63 cent mark. We've retraced the 617 level. We'll take a look at the charts for XRP very closely. And as we can see with Bitcoin, it's down about 66K right now, down about 700 points on the day or 1%. But there is a reason for that. As I've talked about, the U.S. government is not done by a long shot selling Bitcoin. And now U.S. government-associated crypto wallet transfers $2 billion worth of Department of Justice seized Bitcoin. So we will read over that and see exactly what all that's about. So please make sure to hit that like button so that YouTube recommends this update. By you hitting that like button, my content pops up on the YouTube news feed, which means if you're scrolling through YouTube, even if you've never heard of me before, I pop up through the news feed. And I'll be part of the analytics and part of the recommendation so others can see this content. So please make sure to hit that like button. I'll go through a quick intro and we'll get into this very quickly. Good morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this, Tuesday, July 30th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So right off the bat, let's look at XRP. So it was great that we had the rally. We came right up, unfortunately, and over, actually. We just could not hold this. We gave ourselves a lot of room to try to hold this on the initial push up, to try to backtest at 624. Couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. We came up. We created what looks like a little cup here. We came up to the 63.7 cent mark overnight. Right now, we're back down to the 20-day and the 30-minute. Came right through the pattern formation support, which if we were showing some strength, there should have been a real opportunity to show some and seize the opportunity here. That's the downtrending resistance. So now we've put ourselves in a situation where now we need to come back over 62.4 cents and start pushing up. But what we're seeing right now, I'm hoping this isn't an exhaustion candle now. And what that means is it comes up with a violent wick to the top. And then all of a sudden, it just pulls the candle back down. Right now, we don't know. Right now, it's set up more like an inverted hammer candle with the pullback. So now, if in the next 9 hours after we pull this support, we start pushing out. If you see us over 62.4 cents today, it's very bullish. Very bullish. If you see us come down through the 592 level, very bearish. So that's basically where we stand right now for XRP. We need to get back over 62.4 cents. And if we do, we can finally start pushing out of this region. 64.5 cents we very nearly came up to last night and early AM hours, but we couldn't quite get there. That's the downtrending resistance. That is the cup and handle resistance, but also the falling channel resistance. That's what allows you to push up to that 70 cents. You get over 64.5, 70 and a half cents is on the table, but then the only real resistance on this rising channel resistance once you get above there would be a technical move if you get over 70 and a half cents up to 86. That's what we're watching for XRP. I'm just going to keep it very short this morning so we can get through this. And it's not the greatest visual because I'm on my phone instead of my tablet. But that will be rectified today when I get back home. XRP right now has a technical target, though. If that bull flag were to play out as a bull flag. And this is the exciting part this morning. And I hope everybody's been paying attention to all the ups and downs left and right because it gets rather exciting. XRP right now is bouncing off that 59.1 cents in real time. That could bring us up to about 80 cents just on that little flag that it's created. So I'm very excited to watch how this plays out. So if we see us on top of 70 and a half at any point, you'd have 79.3 and 84 cents over the top and then 93 for the main resistance. And that would be the swing high of 2023 in July. So a lot of interesting things starting out for XRP. Very good 5-minute breakdown. If you do appreciate my work, please consider joining Tom's Army. It's in the video description below and or pinned comments. or consider sending one YouTube super chat per month. I would greatly appreciate that, as it helps me fund this program. If you're looking to trade XRP or your favorite crypto in the USA or around the world, video description below and or pinned comments, you've got BITUNIX and or HOTCOIN, depending on your personal preference. I would definitely get your stuff set now. If you've been following along, you know what I've been doing. I had bought Ethereum at 3,118. I sold Ethereum the first time at 3,272, rebought it at 3,201, resold it at 3,374 when it almost hit our, well, it basically hit our technical target. I happened to sell it before it hit the 3,395. I sold it at 3,372, and then I flipped it back into XRP, as some of you seen. But now I didn't sell my XRP at 63 cents, my further swing trade bag. It's the 2,500 additional XRP. And now we'll see if this holds. If not, if it breaks 592, that's when I would get rid of it. Other than that, it just sits with me. And with Ethereum, we've seen it came up to 3,395, got the early rejection, and now it's just consolidating here. Not a lot of strength in the last couple hours. And the candles, every time they go up, they seem a little bearish in tone, in nature. So we'll see if Ethereum can start pushing back up, or if it works its way back down to that support area around 3,270. And then with Bitcoin, and I got to do some reading, and then I'll let this go. Bitcoin went all the way up to 70K. We had a technical zone of 70,906 that it needed to break, and then we know the liquidity zone at 73,000. If it goes to 73K, over $6 billion worth of short traders get liquidated. So it seems to be working its way up in that direction. However, a lot already got liquidated. We just couldn't quite get all the way up there, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So that's Bitcoin's setup. Right now, we very well could pull back to 63,676 and retest that breakout point, or 64,300. Now, we do have a small V shape here. Could be conceived as, some would say, an inverse head and shoulders, which I highly disagree because of the way it came up. But we'll see if it actually creates something bigger. The opposite side, I could see an inverse head and shoulders possibly starting if it goes out this way. And we've already talked about this. Boom, boom. But now this would have to come down and then bounce out for that to play off any kind of inversion. But we'll see what kind of strength there is right there for Bitcoin. Because the fact that the U.S. government has put up $2 billion for sale, I mean, that's the big story here. So now, before I release this, because this definitely needs to be released, and I got to get going here. U.S. government associated crypto wallets transfers $2 billion of Department of Justice seized Bitcoin. So a crypto wallet labeled as belonging to the United States Department of Justice appears to have sent $2 billion worth of confiscated Bitcoin to the unidentified wallet. According to Arkham intelligence data, the Bitcoin was then separated into two separate addresses, with 19,000 Bitcoin put into one address and 10,000 Bitcoin put into another address. A wallet labeled as belonging to the U.S. government transferred $2 billion worth of Bitcoin to an unidentified wallet on Monday. According to Arkham intelligence data, the nearly 28,000 Bitcoin valued at over $2 billion appears to be tied to funds the U.S. Department of Justice previously confiscated from the now defunct dark web market Silk Road. Late last year, a U.S. appeals court finalized a mandate that formalized the forfeiture of 69,370 Bitcoin and other crypto connected to Silk Road. About an hour after the transfer was complete, the U.S. government appeared to split the Bitcoin into two separate addresses, allocating 19,800 Bitcoin, about $1.3 billion, into one address, and 10,000 Bitcoin, about $670 million worth, to another, according to a post from Arkham Intelligence. We believe this represents 10,000 Bitcoin deposit to an institutional custody/service, said the data service firm. A U.S. government crypto wallet sent nearly 2,000 Bitcoin to a Coinbase Prime hot wallet in April. The U.S. Marshals Service, the federal court's enforcement arm, announced it is paying Coinbase $32.5 million for custodial services. The Department of Justice seized the Silk Road Associate Bitcoin in 2020 and then began seeking the official forfeiture of the crypto, which at the time was valued at over $1 billion. According to Arkham, intelligence, the U.S. government's crypto portfolio still holds more than $12 billion in Bitcoin. Over the weekend, former U.S. President Donald Trump said once again we would be willing to communicate Silk Road founder Ross Ulbricht's sentence if re-elected president. He also said one of the first actions he would take as president would get rid of Gary Gensler, which is very interesting. Make sure to hit that like button. I'm going to release this, and I will do a much more thorough update when I get back home later today. Be blessed, everybody.